Hey everybody, in today's video I am going to be playing as France and we're going to go down the communist path because I've actually never played that path as France and I thought it would be an interesting video. And we're also going to do a little bit of border gore just because I found something that was kind of funny near the end of this video. So stay tuned for that. And also, if you're wondering why this isn't Sweden, like I said it was going to be last week, that's because I didn't really have, I guess, a special idea for that, and I'll probably ask in a community post what I should do with Sweden next week. So anyways, like I said, we're going down the communist path, and we're actually going to be going down the, I guess, more difficult communist path, where you don't join the Soviets, and you kind of just do your own thing. And also, before you comment, yes, I did make a mistake whenever it comes to my industry in the beginning. I legitimately thought that I was putting all those factories, like that I was building civilian factories. I didn't notice I was building military factories, and I didn't realize this until like 1938. So my economy is a little bit stunted compared to what it usually would be, but I think we still manage pretty well. So, unlike how I usually start with a lot of the great powers whenever I'm just playing a chill game like this, we're actually going to immediately start building some divisions, because I want to make sure that every single base is covered with the Axis. Now, going into this, I didn't actually know that doing the specific path that I was planning to do, that I would actually have a civil war, but the civil war is not too devastating. So we don't really lose very many divisions, but I'm mainly just going to train the Division de Infanterie, and I do a little bit of light tank designs, but I don't really ever get to mass producing like light tank divisions, which is sad because I put a bunch of research into that, but you know. The main areas that our army is covering are going to be obviously the border with Germany, border with the Benelux, border with Italy, and then obviously the border with Italy down in Africa. Mainly just in Libya, because those other parts I don't feel like are important enough to dedicate full-on divisions to. And what we're going to do with our focuses for now is just try to turn communists as soon as possible, and then I want to go down a lot of those economic focuses in order to get rid of some of the debuffs and just get a load of factories. now, once the Civil War starts with the fascist supporters in Calais, I'm going to use this as an opportunity to not immediately, but once I get enough political power, switch over to war economy. And this will allow me to get war economy a lot faster than usual, just for the cost of really only a couple divisions. Then after I get war economy, I just finish off the Civil War, and we just keep going with our economic focuses and some of the other ideology branch focuses as well. And now, after doing the economic focuses that are in the communist/democratic path of the focus tree, I'm going to focus on getting rid of the worker shortage. I did consider doing Union France, but any other time I've done that, whenever I played France, it just leads to me losing a bunch of land. I'm not sure how to prevent that. So I just went with what I consider the safe option, which is getting encourage immigration. This will get rid of your worker shortage, which means it just gets rid of a pretty bad debuff that decreases your manpower and some other stuff. After I got rid of the worker shortage with encourage immigration, I started to notice that it's around time that Germany will probably start getting prepared to attack me, and so I started doing some focuses that boosted my army. Some of the communist focuses that I was able to do gave us like division defense plus 15% or something like that on core territory. And then I went through the rearmament path to try and get army reform and stuff like that. But I feel that I kind of made a mistake in hindsight with going with aggressive focus, because I feel that I was kind of overconfident in my army, thinking that I wouldn't be on the defensive for the first part of the war, but I was very, very clearly wrong about that, as you will see. Then, while I was designing a light tank and just kind of waiting for my army experience to build up so I could finish the design, Germany declared war on me. And I underestimated how strong their military was going to be, despite it being AI. And so I ended up playing on defense for the first part of this war. And so my defense, it was good, but we definitely got pushed back quite a lot. And you'll see this throughout this whole time lapse. If you want to skip the time lapse after you kind of see what's generally happening with that, I will have timestamps in the description where you can just skip to the next part, which will probably be either the counterattack or explaining, I guess, kind of like what starts the counterattack. After defending against Germany for about a year and a half and losing Paris, which really hurt because that took a huge chunk of my factories, we finally get a saving grace. The Continuation War. And I don't know why the AI did this. Kind of stupid, but when Finland declared war on the Soviet Union, I guess Germany invited Finland to the Axis, and they both went to war with the Soviets. Or it might just be a scripted event in Arms Against Tyranny. But I do know, in general, Arms Against Tyranny was the whole reason that this war did not last until like 1946, because that was definitely what it was looking like it was going to do, because I was starting to hold pretty well in the area that I was after retreating, especially after that tactical retreat from Alsace, which is kind of funny. Retreating from the Maginot Line actually was way better than trying to hold it. But now, after a little bit of waiting and preparing, after Germany starts to take heavy losses on the Eastern Front, we can begin our counterattack. Our counterattack begins with what I'm going to call the Battle of Normandy. Then it is followed by a battle for Paris, and then I just try to generally retake northern France. And then I would say after that, which was just a general offensive, we get stopped in Calais. And so I guess I would say this is like the Battle of Calais, where I forced my troops up through Ghent, and then with Calais surrounded, just that area surrounded, I slowly but surely encircle the German troops there and take them out, retaking pretty much all of my corps except for Alsace-Lorraine, because that would be a pain to take back with micromanagement. And then Italy starts to fall because the Italian AI is not very good at defending its coast, I guess. And so I take advantage of that and push into Italy as much as I can. And I get lucky that the Italian revolt that pops out of Italy actually ends up being on my puppet instead of the United Kingdom's puppet. And so this allows me to actually get Italy, and after Italy falls, we just start making a full, large-scale offensive into Germany. I don't know why I spaced out there. And we capitulate Germany, and the peace deal, pretty much just take as much as I can in Germany and stuff. And yeah. See you after the peace deal. after finally defeating Germany and Italy, we still have to deal with Japan, and just for fun, I decided to throw in conquering Spain with that, which should be the thumbnail. Actually. So, yeah, things get pretty cursed in Spain. It's just because I realized I can make like 5 different nations in Spain and make it look absolutely disgusting for a thumbnail. So, yeah, we first attack Spain because we already have a war goal on them. Then we go and deal with Japan, which wasn't very hard because they were already pretty beat up by the British and American navies, which the British naval invaded them first, but didn't really matter to me because I didn't plan to take anything in Asia. And then we take out Denmark and Portugal. I did show Denmark because I felt like it wasn't really that much of an eventful war. In Portugal I showed just because it was the last war we fought. And so after making the Iberian borders absolutely hideous, and to be honest, I made the Italian borders pretty hideous as well, that ends this campaign in this video. And to be honest with you, while these last parts, like these last wars and stuff like that, play on the screen, to be honest with you, this is the most fun I've had in Hoi4 for a while, because I don't know, the mistakes I made and stuff like that actually created enough of a challenge for me that it didn't just feel like I was bullying the AI the whole time. It felt like I actually earned my victory. You know, losing Paris, and just kind of like having to constantly be focused on just retreating so that I don't lose like half my army during the War of the Axis. That was really, really fun. And then like pushing back after all of that struggling was also just felt pretty good. Now obviously after dealing with the Axis, there wasn't really like I could just take over the whole world if I wanted to, because just had the resources to do so. But the War of the Axis was definitely the most fun I've had in a while. Gosh, my words. The most fun I've had in a while in Hearts of Iron 4. And hope to have even more fun with Sweden next week in the next video. So, let's get the standard stuff out of the way. If you liked the video, like it. If you want to leave some suggestions, maybe I missed something else in my strategy that I didn't already talk about me missing here, then maybe leave a comment about that. And if you want to show your support, I would just really like you to subscribe, because it really helps the channel a lot and helps this video get out more. And yeah, I'll see you all later. Peace.